Many adult children of emotionally immature parents grow up believing that there's something wrong with them, that they are the problem, they are the reason things are happening, and they are ultimately really kind of the symptom bearers for the toxicity that's happening in the family system. Often are sort of blamed as the problem themselves. I oftentimes will hear children talk about, as they're now adults, say, I always thought it was me. I assumed I was the problem. Often because that's really the message that they got from their emotionally immature or abusive parent. A lot of times their feelings and experiences were dismissed and really not recognized by that emotionally immature parent for a number of reasons. Either because they weren't present, didn't have that ability to be reflective themselves, or simply because they did not have the level of emotional regulation and development to notice that their children had needs that were separate and different from their own. When a child's emotional and psychological needs are not met, they really kind of put those aside, feel like they're not really entitled to have feelings or have their own experience because it's been invalidated so many times over and over and over. And because kids are wired to see their parents and their caregivers as these amazing, all knowing people who obviously have their best interests at heart, even when maybe they don't, they believe it. They believe that there is something wrong with them internally because their parent must love them, right? And what else could possibly be happening other than to internalize that sort of neglectful or dismissive response from their parents? They fully believe that they are the problem. There's something wrong with them. So when this is reinforced like over and over and over, kids will grow up and kind of keep these core beliefs and take them into adulthood with them. And a lot of times they may believe even into their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s even, that there is something wrong with them, that their mental health was a reflection of something innately wrong with them, rather than they've accumulated these experiences that resulted in survival adaptations as a result of their trauma and are what they needed to do in the environment that they were in as children to survive. That those depressed and anxious feelings were really a result of the environment around them and things that they were exposed to or things that happened to them. So when these kids grow up, there is a lot of unlearning that has to happen, that those core beliefs are really formed by their experiences in childhood. And when they are able to kind of understand and recognize that maybe those experiences were neglectful, were harmful, and abusive in some cases, that's sort of the first step in understanding that maybe those core beliefs were formed as a result of the trauma and not because there's something wrong with them innately on a deeper level.